We getting over this hump together. That's me, Evangelist Angie B., Amazon International #1 best-selling author, mother, daughter, sister, friend to some, entrepreneur. Angie B. is a mental health advocate, a motivational speaker, an ambassador for alopecia awareness, and media personality. Hello, everyone. I am the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B., and I'm honored to be here with you, a domestic violence survivor. She has endured physical and mental trauma and shares her testimonies around the world. Recently named by Contessa's Court, Women in Business 2023, we've been over some humps. And we getting over this hump together. Let's get it started. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I am so ready to get it started because we got so much to talk about today. Oh, my goodness. First of all, I just want to say welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B., and I'm thrilled to be buzzing in with each and every one of you. It is springtime. We've had daylight savings time. It's almost Resurrection Sunday, Easter time. It's time for my spring bonnet. It's time. Well, whether it's time or not, I'm wearing it tonight. How you doing? Welcome to the show. This is We Getting Over This Hump Together. And the reason why we do this show is because sometimes I have questions, comments, situations, and I be wondering, am I the only one? Am I the only one that thinks this way? Am I the only one going through this? And then you guys send me your comments, questions, concerns, complaints. And you always are like, I got to be the only one. You ain't. You really ain't. So I'm excited about tonight's show because tonight we're talking about family and money. Family and money. It always is a bad mix. It truly, truly is. We got some upcoming events that I'm excited to tell you about. The tour is kicking up again. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to tell you where we're going, when we're going to be there, what we're going to be doing, and who wants to go with us. We got so much, but what I'm most excited about tonight is my special guest. You know, sometimes you have an idea for something and you wonder, I got so much on my plate. How am I going to do this? Especially when you cry out to God, God, you want me to do what now? And who and how? And then you run into somebody that gets it. They have a very similar idea. They just need a way to connect it. They just need a train to hop on, to ride through and to do it. So tonight we're excited to introduce you to T. Horn, the Uncool, and introduce you to his new podcast. It debuts April 2nd, 2024 on a Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Now listen, if you are watching the replay and it is not March 20th and April 2nd was way, way past, you done missed the debut. I'm sorry. You done missed it. So you'll have to find the group Conversations with T. Horn, the Uncool, and then you'll start to see some of the past episodes. But if you're watching live tonight, I want to just kind of give you a sneak preview of what you're going to see real soon. Who? What? How? Why?
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
What will be today's conversation? Understanding viewpoints, educating, and stimulating discussions. It's time to connect to T-Horn, your host. It's time for conversations. I know y'all want to know what he's going to be talking about. So, without keeping y'all waiting any longer, I'm going to bring my special guest on. Hey, T-Horn.
What up? What up? What up? How you doing? What's up, viewers? What's up, Angie? How you doing? The Queen Bee.
I am so good. So good. All right. Tell us about this show. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I'd rather you tell the people, what is this show going to be all about and why are you doing it?
All right. Well, first and foremost, for people who don't know me, I'm T1 the Uncool. I'm a positive hip hop artist, and now I'm the host of a podcast. Conversations. What the show is about. I want to do something different from any other podcast, any other show. Mm-hmm. In my everyday life, I see people throw a lot of hate, a lot of negativity, a lot of shade about real critical issues. But one thing about the human species, we hate anything we don't understand. Yeah. So the whole point of conversations is those things that are uncomfortable to talk about, those things that, people brush to the side, or those things that people just, really just throw negativity out without understanding about it first. This is a chance for those people to come together and talk about all these issues. The whole point of it is to bring understanding, to bring enlightenment. And by the end of the day, you open your mind up to say, hey, you know what? When they said this about this, I never thought of it that way. Correct. So now that I'm thinking about it in a different mindset, let me approach the situation in a different way. Being able to talk respectfully and being able to put our opinions out without getting into disagreements or arguing and stuff like that, and having fun and positive energy with it, we're able to lead the conversation and approach situations with that same positive and fun energy with understanding at the same time. So that's all it is. It's all about spreading positive energy and talking about some uncomfortable stuff that some people may be like, oh, you talking about that?
Yeah. And I told you, that's what our evangelism troop was based upon. Talking and dealing and presenting things that you're not going to learn about in the church, but relative to your faith walk. Mom and daddy probably not going to talk to you about it, and teacher probably don't, so how are you supposed to learn about it? I'm so excited about conversations because it just falls right into what we've been doing for almost 15 years. And I salute you. I salute you.
Hey, man. Hey, one thing about me, somebody told me when I was younger that my whole mission in this walk was to bridge the gap between God's people and the people of the world. So that's what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? I meet everybody in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, we can still come together in all this. Just got to talk about it. You just need to talk a little bit and get some understanding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shake hands at the end of the
day. we got Christians that complain, gossip, they curse, they overstimulate it, and these conversations need to be had.
I'm gonna tell you something. These conversations, they finna shake some walls now. Some of the topics I got lined up, I'm already making my schedule and getting topics ready and everything. Some of these topics gonna be like, I can't believe he said that. I can't believe he's talking about that. Yeah. But by the end of the conversation, and by the time the guests say their points of views, and we're able to come to compromises and come to better understandings, by the end of it all, it's gonna be all good. It's gonna be all good. It is. Peace and positivity, man. That's it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your new show. I'm so happy for you. I'm honored to be working with you. And I want to get right into tonight's topic, if you don't mind. Cool. We heard from a longtime fan, one of our original fans, that said, Angie B, how you feel about family members calling and asking you for money because they think you got money? And I'm like, that sounds like a Tyler Perry movie. I mean, It's always, one doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, somebody in the family that seemed to got a new house, new car, new whatever. And then all of a sudden, your car done broke down, your dog done, got sick, need to go to the vet. Something happens, and there's this one person in the family that everybody comes to. And I know that this conversation is right on point, because earlier today I got a call from one of my sisters, and we have a niece in the family that has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did this niece pass away from type 1 diabetes, but our niece was only 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second part of this conversation is going to be, why do you think to put life insurance on a child? Or how can you prepare for the death of a child that may be uninsurable? Because our little darling niece had type 1 diabetes. They were unable to put life insurance on her.
What?
So, pre-existing conditions. So that's something I really want us to kind of talk about, because we all in this together. We all in this together. And some of the comments are coming in right now. Somebody, oh my goodness, somebody has already said, my family comes to me for everything. They lose their job. They feel like I'm supposed to bring in, bridge the gap. So first of all, what are your thoughts on the topic? Everybody in the family want to reach out to that one person that's got money.
Well, first of all, everybody need to get their money up. Let's talk about that. But my views on the topic, I can't really relate when it comes to, well, yes I can. My father's always been a provider and protector of our family and stuff like that. And as far as, I have 2 younger sisters. I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger sisters. And I guess if you want to put it in layman's terms, my father will feel that type of way, because we used to, when we were in our 20s and stuff, used to always, and when something went wrong, we ran to him, because that was our dad, and then we didn't have to do that at the time, so we depended on him. Yeah, and I know for a fact, my dad would get tired of that, simply because of the fact that, hey, y'all my kids, but y'all grown now, y'all got your own bills, our own families and stuff like that and everything. But we got so used to, depending on him, that it was like a natural thing to do. So my view on that is, you gotta compromise in your mind. My father, it should be a sense of pride to feel like, hey, my family, at least they feel like they can depend on me. But at the same time, on our end, it's like, hey, you're an adult, you have your own responsibilities and stuff like that. Just like my dad is able to go out and work a job and get his money, and too.
How come you can't do it yourself? Yeah.
Right. I feel like people should only depend on other family members in times of emergency. I mean, that's what family's for. You're supposed to be able to depend on each other when things get hard. The problem today is that people just see people with money and they want a handout without doing any work, without putting in any effort for, and things like that. And that's where the frustration comes in, because we got a lot of bum people out here who rather just get it from somebody else than grinding it out for themselves. And that's the problem. I mean, it's the same thing, because those same people, it's not just, I'm borrowing money from this family member and stuff like that. Those same people are the people who, will literally collect child support and collect food stamps, that's assistance, and be cool with that. Their lifestyle's already set up to borrow from everybody. So if somebody comes around and has the assets for them to borrow, of course, ask and step in and be like, hey, can I get this? But that also falls on the person too. People only do what you allow them to do. You know what I'm saying? People only do what you allow them to do. So if you constantly being a yes man and handing money out to everybody who comes and asks for your help, then of course, who are you to get frustrated when people keep coming back? You know what I'm saying? That's like the cookie jar being open. You leave the cookie jar open, people gonna keep coming and getting cookies out of it. At some point,
Okay.
you gotta close that mug. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's on the family member to step up and say, "Hey, y'all, I know I got money, but I got my own responsibilities, and y'all the same way I got it from the mud, y'all got to get in that
Mm-hmm.
too." You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I got somebody who just sent in a message and said, I'm not the family bank. We need to make a family bank. And
But
so
one
I
thing,
want to share. I want to share a story that I learned. I'm born and raised in Detroit, and there was the Motown Museum. Well, when
mm-hmm,
you're in the city, you don't really care about it. But as an adult, I went back and took a tour of the museum where all of Motown started. And they told the story of Berry Gordy and how his family, aunts, grandparents, everybody would say, okay, you're going to be a part of the family bank,
mm-hmm,
put in $10 a week, $10 a month, whatever. And then we're going to have a board. The board's going to vote on who gets this money and what they're going to use it for. So Barry Gordy went to his family and said, hey, I want to start a record label. I want to do this and this and this. And family was like, okay, and loaned them the money to buy
mm-hmm.
the house. So when I hear about people that like you said, they the bank, they the ones that folks are in the cookie jar. When you gonna stop? Okay, well, I've loaned you this, I've done that. Now it's time for us to get together and do something, so you ain't
Right.
got to keep coming back to me. Now
Mm-hmm.
we've got viewer Sister Williams who said, my friend said some people can't support you because they can't support themselves. I get you.
That's true. And that's that's the piggyback off that. It's like I said with my father, using him as an example. I got my own bills to take care of. I got my own responsibility. I got my own car note, my own house, my own insurance, stuff like that, and everything. I gotta take care of me. But if I'm taking care of you, why would I take care of your slack to produce my own slack? You know, how am I take care of your bad situation and make more bad situations for me? Make it make
Wow.
sense. You know what I
Wow.
mean? But people don't see it that way. People just say, "Hey, I'm in a bad situation. I need help now." And the problem with people are so selfish. They don't think about themselves, not thinking about, okay, I'm taking this money, but what position am I putting the person I'm borrowing the money in? Or even if you borrow the money, do you have intentions on paying them back? And that's the biggest thing right there. You borrow
Yeah,
money, pay
the
back.
321 area code just said, I'm not going to loan it if I can't afford for you to not give it back to me. So I think that's what you're saying,
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, with that being said, people just gotta get that mindset of thinking about me, I need. And if you're gonna be in that me mindset, being the me mindset is I need to find a way to get it on my own. And there are some situations in life where it's like it gets hard and you need to ask for help. But
Right.
you ask for help
Right.
with the heart of, first of all, be humble. You can't get mad if somebody can't do something for you. Sometimes people just can't do it. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they can do it for you, have the heart to at least be like, "Hey, thank you." And when I get right, I promise I'm gonna give it back. And sometimes
Okay.
give a little more. If I'm give you what you gave me back and then some, because I appreciate the fact that you looked out for me. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we got another comment coming from Chris Swansberg. He said he moved away from his family and he got married. So why is his family asking him to cover their rent when he also has a mortgage? Yeah,
So
I get that. I get that. When my family, well, at one point, I had relatives going on vacations, cruises, and everything. And I was standing in the need of prayer. So I'm trying to rationalize, how is this supposed to work? I get you. I get you. I get you, Swan. I get
yeah.
you. What you got to
Well,
say?
first of all, you moved away from your family. So my question is back to that question. Did you establish a cycle where you were already helping them with their bills and stuff like that? Because if that's the case, then
Mm,
of course it doesn't matter if you move away, it don't matter if you move to outer space. Once you
you
establish that cycle
still,
of always
yeah,
helping, you're gonna always
still,
depend on
yeah.
you because we got cell phones, we got social media, they're gonna find a way to get in
Mm-hmm,
contact with you to get that money. And
mm-hmm,
PayPal and
mm-hmm,
Cash App is real. So
mm-hmm,
they can give if they need it. But at the
mm-hmm.
same time,
Yeah.
this situation reminds me of an episode of Family Guy. It's so funny. I don't know if you ever seen Family Guy.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. It's
it's
one of
the
my sister's favorite shows. Yeah.
man when the dog owed the baby some money, and
Oh, the
the
dog.
dog
Mm-mm.
borrowed money from it was $10. So the baby kept asking like every day, like, "Hey man, you got my money? You got my money?" He's like, "Oh no, man, I ain't got it. I ain't got it." But he was doing stuff like he got to the point he was trying to hide from the baby, and he was buying disguises and all that stuff to hide from the baby. So the baby got
In
mad.
the house.
Yeah, yeah. So the baby got
Oh,
mad and beat him up one day real bad. And I was like, "You got money about mustache, but you can't pay me my money back and this and that and
mm-mm,
everything." That's how it
mm-mm,
is. People get frustrated. Like if you borrow
mm-mm,
money from them, pay people their money back. You know what I'm saying?
mm-mm,
As far as
mm-mm.
to go back to Chris Swanberg's question, though, I had to say that because I love Family Guy. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
I got you.
like I say, family. Once you establish that cycle, it ain't gonna stop until you put your foot down and be like, "Hey, listen, I can't do it. You know, I'm
Mhm,
always in another state or another city. I can't worry about
mhm,
your issues." And that's
mhm,
another thing too. To back up what
mhm.
he's saying, like moving to another city or another state, another location is hard. It's like you starting your bills all over again because it's not like you
Mm,
can rent. You got to pay a
yeah,
deposit. You got to pay moving
yeah,
fees. You got to pay all that stuff. You got to add on to it. So now you really don't have the money
yeah,
to take care of anybody else, and let it be another state, another city where the cost of living is higher. Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
can't
oh,
be doing
oh,
all
good. Good
that.
evening to you, Sonia Bennett. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the Purple Heart. I
Your
do
B, what's up?
appreciate it.
What's up?
I do appreciate you for being here all the way from Detroit. Now, I want to swing over to the uninsurable, the folks with pre-existing conditions, or the folks that we do have some relatives whose house is paid for. All they doing is paying the taxes. Okay, so they let the insurance lapse, and now they need a new roof. Okay, they hanging on to this house to be a part of the family legacy. So can't
Okay,
the family chip in and do something about it?
I believe
Mm,
so, but you gotta understand, we live in a world now where majority of the people in this world are selfish. If it's
ooh,
not, yeah, if it's not helping them directly, they don't want nothing to do with it. I
that may
even
be
I'm
that
sorry.
may
Go
be
ahead.
why everybody's on this narcissist train.
Mhm.
Everybody talking about this one a narcissist and that one yeah, that okay. I understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
I've even got to the point, even personally, where I've asked family for help and support, and they've been told me they can't do it and stuff like that and everything. But then you see them doing stuff like buying expensive things and going to the club. Even with my music, because I do positive hip hop music, like just come to a show, just share or like a post. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to a song, and
The
they won't even do
show
that.
is free. The show.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, that's to the point. People are so selfish; they won't even give you free support. Like
Oh my god.
it's not hurting you to give free support, to just like something, to share something. But people won't do it. That's how selfish the mentality of this world is. So when it
Yeah.
comes to money, if they're doing that with free stuff, they're gonna go times 10 when it comes to money. Let's be real.
Sister Williams said, somebody in her circle said, it's not that I can't afford it. Instead, it's how can I afford it? Opportunities versus obstacles. So I get that. It's I've heard people say, well, that expense is not in my ministry this week, or that expense is not in my budget this week. So let me show you how you can put that expense in your budget, or how you can do that. I know somebody right now who mismanaged some money for their child, took their rent money, did something to help their child, and now they looking at, where am I going to stay?
Mm,
Okay, well, that dilemma is not in my budget, but you got resources that I can help you promote, or like people do the GoFundMe pages
right.
to help you to be able to afford it. What opportunity can we establish to help you with that obstacle? Thank you so much for that, Sister Williams. And
It's
and
like
tell Mr. Robert I said thank you too.
It's like that story. I believe. Don't quote me. I'm paraphrasing, but I believe the story is in the Bible where they say, I can either. Well, how can I say this? I'm paraphrasing, y'all. Don't judge me too hard. Where it's I can either give you fish or I can teach you how to fish. I can feed you. I can teach you how to feed your family. Like, it's the same thing. Like, okay, yeah, you can eat. I can definitely eat right now, but I'm gonna keep eating. I'm gonna keep bringing this fish
Mm.
back to me. You know what I'm saying? It's basically the same thing that's being said. So when it's
Mm.
all up in my mind.
Well, Google says it's actually a Chinese proverb. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach him to fish, and you
Somebody
feed him
said
for
it.
a lifetime.
Somebody said it.
I know.
It all
But
originated in God.
really, really. But Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28 says, let the thief no longer steal, but rather let him do labor, doing honest work with his own hands so that he can have something to share with anybody else that is in need. And that's what I want to put some emphasis on. The grandmamas and the granddaddies and the big mamas and them always want to say, you gotta go get a job, get a job, get a job.
Mhm.
Okay.
But nobody.
Okay. But what if you have a type 1 diabetic, a child that may have to stay home from school once or twice a week? And what you going to tell your employer? What if you have health issues, physical or mental health issues that prevent you from doing that? Does that mean that the people that are telling you go get a job need to help you out to find something? Or where do we go there?
I believe everyone should meet everyone where they're at. And
Well,
when I say that, I mean like, okay, if you know someone has an issue, you
yeah,
definitely need to, like I said, get that selfish mind frame
yeah,
and help people in their situations. But people are too
yeah,
caught up on themselves, and people don't want to help people anymore. Everybody wants help, but don't want to give help, and that's the
yeah. You're
problem.
right.
You know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying? It's
You're
all
right.
about getting the same energy you put out. That you put out
Mm-hmm.
energy of I don't want to help or get out my
Mm-hmm.
face, I'm annoyed with you. You don't get that energy back. But at the same time, when you're in your bad situation, you want people to be positive towards you. All of a sudden, no, that's not how it
Oh,
works.
it ain't how it work. It
Yeah.
ain't. All right, we got more comments from Mr. Swansberg, and we got two more text messages. But first, I want to tell you about the upcoming events that we know about for the tour. So here we go. In my purpose, writing to become an author, an interactive program with a publishing guarantee. Brought to you by Jacqueline Franklin, owner of Sassy Girls Boutique and president of Boss Ladies Entrepreneur Book Club. Guest soloist is Naylene Bartell. Join us Saturday, October 5th, 2024 at the Boaz Lodge, located at 208 Midway Avenue, Ormond Beach, Florida, beginning at 11 o'clock a.m. Refreshments are available, featuring presentations by Maureen Joseph, author and speaker, and special guest appearance by me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B. For vendor opportunities or to RSVP, please call 386-631-8150. That's 386-631-8150. Walking in my purpose, writing to become an author. Promotional consideration for this event is sponsored in part by Angie B. Productions. Annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Weekend Retreat includes a special double feature movie experience by Sister Batten Productions. For your viewing pleasure, she will provide 2 award-winning short films from her collection. First up is If Not for the Lord, Where Would I Be? Delicious episode. followed by Walking in the Spirit. Ticket price of $10 includes a special treat. There will be a Q&A after each presentation. Send your Cash App to $Evangelist Angie B. Call 407-914-6519.
Be brave enough to make some positive changes that will improve the quality of your life for the better.
407-914-6519.
Are you ready to improve your health? The immune system is the body's first line of defense against germs and diseases that make us sick. Studies have shown the ingredients in this cutting-edge supplement help strengthen the immune system's ability to fight illnesses, diseases, and abnormal cell growth. Our 100 milligram helps to maintain good overall health, and the 500 milligram is for those with the more serious health challenges. Superimmune support may also help the immune system fight symptoms of high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, and respiratory issues. This product can boost energy levels, aid with better sleep, and much more. Check out the testimonies and experience the awesome power of Superimmune support today. www.dfcmarket.com.
I am in my happy place, and I've got Georgia on my mind. Save the date. It's time to shine at the 8th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat. Join us September 19th through the 22nd, 2024 in historic St. Mary's, Georgia. A fundraiser for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, spreading awareness and acceptance. Follow us on Facebook, Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar. Our host hotel this year is the Shore Stay Plus by Best Western, St. Mary's, Cumberland. Weekend retreat activities include the Friday Fun Photo Shoot, picnic lunch back at the hotel, and the Royal Blue Beauty Bazaar Fashion Show takes place on Saturday. For more information, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. I'm in my happy place. Come join me. We're really rejoicing over what he has to do. Tonight's topic is a difficult one because we can all relate to somebody in the family needing something, coming to us for what they need, and how do we address it? My special guest tonight is T. Horn, the Uncool, host of the brand new show coming April 2nd from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The name of the show is Conversations with T. Horn, the Uncool. So T. Horn, come on back in here because we got a whole lot of people that got a lot of things to say. Okay? Cool. Mr. Swansburg continues with, just because we family don't mean I have to help them. I ain't choose my blood, but I choose those I stay near and close to. I get that.
I rock with him. On that. I really do.
But Big Mama and them would say, I know, I get that.
But it's, I was just thinking on the fact that I have a friend. His name is John Alexander. Me and him have been friends since we was 9 years old. And I'm actually a lot closer to him than I am some of my own family members. Because like, just because you blood don't mean you close. Like a lot of people had this like misconception that because we had the same blood, that means I'm obligated to do for you. And that's not the case. Are you obligated? You feel that and people only feel like that when they need help. Do you feel the same way when I need help in that situation? Because you could ask me for something. When I turn around and ask you, then that's when the phone calls get ignored. That's nah, I ain't got it today, cuz. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So people pick and choose when the whole concept of family and blood applies, and that's a concept I hate, that people do that. They apply it when they need something. Like it's like the whole family reunion and funeral concept.
Oh, there we go.
We see everybody at family reunions, see everybody at funerals, and everybody's there every time. We gotta do better as a family. We gotta get together and see each other more than this. Then after the family reunion and funeral over, it's right back to the same thing. Nobody's saying nobody, calling nobody and stuff like that until they need something. And that's a bad concept. You know what I'm saying? Families got these days.
I don't know. Because I struggle with people who seem to have had the same opportunities but chose to go a different path.
Right.
And then they want me or somebody around me to correct them, to say, okay, well, I'm on the wrong path, but maybe if you just help me out this one time, I'll get straight.
But they never get straight. I'm gonna say it. They never get straight. They just waiting for the next. They get humble for that moment, just to get what they need. Then they go right back to the mess up stuff they was dealing with until the next time. And they be like, please help me out. I know this time I'm gonna get right. I dealt with that with family, friends, and everything. So it's because and then you look at it like, hey, like you said, we went down the same path. We had the same opportunities. I can't help that you made the wrong choices that put you in this situation. I've even had to deal with that myself. Sometimes, I've been in situations where I've gone down the same path and I haven't made all the right choices. But eventually, I had to realize that and be like, hey, you know what? I gotta get right. Because I could have been in a situation. I made them stupid decisions. I made those bad choices. And I got to own that as a man or as a human being. You feel me?
And then, you've got insurance policies that people can get in case of, something that happens. Like I've taught my daughters that, it's great to have credit cards, but try to get the ones that have disability insurance on them. So if you get sick, like I had COVID in September and was out of pocket for 3, 4, 5 months to be continued, the insurance policy kicks in. Or if your car is getting some age to it, like Ice-T say, get an extended warranty. I mean, there are policies that will take care of things, because GoFundMe is not there to pay for Pookie and them's funeral.
Right.
Or the family don't have to take up an offering to pay for Shaniqua's 5th wedding when they got 6 kids. I mean, it just, I don't know.
Angie, that bugs me a little bit, because you would think, like, honestly, like you said, like, hey, Sonya.
Yeah.
You would think that somebody with a pre-existing issue would be more of a reason for them to give insurance, because of the simple fact, like, we already know there's a possibility that things could not work out for this person like they're supposed to because of their pre-existing position. So you would think that companies would be like, okay, they definitely need the insurance, so let's give it to them. So it's almost like the system's made for, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this a lot in my podcast. Like, the system is made for people to fail, for people to struggle. It's crazy, because that's what
Swan says, I just wish there were more insurance options for families with children with pre-existing conditions, because in 2024, according to Swan's statistics, kids are not guaranteed to live past high school. And we also need those policies to be affordable. And I get that. I'm hoping we can maybe get some feedback from Debbie Scarborough. She has a wonderful insurance option that I have for myself. If I'm away on a trip or on a tour or something, and something happened to me, her plan will send one of my children to my bedside at the hospital and flies back and ship back everything. Yeah. So when people travel as much as evangelists and authors do, we gotta be sure about that. But we cannot continue to expect, just like this, cannot expect family to bail you out of your poor financial responsibilities, especially when you do the same thing over 10 years. Oh, Swan, it's not the family's job to support grown adults monthly. Okay, I got that. But then we got another question that just came in and said, my family always expects me to buy the big ticket items for Christmas because I don't have kids. Why should I have to be Santa for all my nieces and nephews?
You don't have to. You don't have to. Like, then tell them no. You don't have to. It's simple. You don't have to. It's not a why question. It says, are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? That's all it is, you know?
And you got to have joy when you do it. Like my sister and niece came and spent Christmas with us. And my daughter was so excited to go to the game store and get all this stuff for her niece. And it was really, really, it was really cute to watch that. However, I know she's not, well, I ain't going to speak for her, but me and my daughters, I set it up to, listen, I know it's Christmas. I know it's your birthday and your anniversary. However, I'm not paying the post office to mail you a gift. Okay. Let me save that money. And then when we're together, we can all do something good. Like when my parents came to visit a couple weeks ago, it felt good to pull out my card and say, I got the groceries. Or come on, let her put the ticket right there and I'll pick up the tab. That could have been their anniversary, Christmas, birthday. Let's do some things together versus the obligation of always having to do an extra gift.
If I could say one thing about that situation, like I said, like you don't have to do it. You're right, you don't have to do it. But if you are gonna do it, like, okay, she says she wants to buy the big price items for her nieces and nephews. But what is your nieces and nephews situation? Are they in a situation where they can't get that stuff and everything? So sometimes we have to look at the situation and be like, okay, man, I don't want to do it, but let me look at the situation. The people who are asking, do they need it? Is it going to benefit them? Is it going to help them? Is it going to bring some kind of joy to their life? Like I said, you don't have to do it, but then sometimes have a humble heart where you can do it and bring some joy, some positive to somebody's life at the same time. So it's all a situational thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. All right. I got a new show sponsor. I want you to watch this video with me and then tell me what you think afterwards. And then we've got a new outreach effort that we're supporting along with the Bearded Villains. So let's watch this one first and then we'll be right back. Let me know what you think. First, we invited you to save the date for the 8th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat coming to St. Mary's, Georgia. Yep, the phones are ringing. Come shop with our vendors, Unique Creation, Ms. Walker with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and many more. We're excited to introduce you to our featured fashion show designer. Affordable airport transportation is being provided by Towns Enterprise Services, LLC, and our premier sponsor is returning to teach us about AMBA. Special guest performance by T-Horn the Uncool.
You got your eyes on me, I can see them. I see you on Facebook, but I can delete your eye. Put you on a block list, I keep nothing secret. So now I gotta choose what kind of meal I'm a future boy.
Get your tickets today for only $10. Send a cash app to 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519 for the cash app. Or come on out and join us. 407-914-6519. I see you looking.
What's up, everybody? The Dental Diva here to talk about stain.
It's time for the Dental Diva.
Do you have stain? Is it a problem for you? I'm going to give you some tips on how to reduce that stain. Stain can be caused by a number of different things. It could be from your beverages you're drinking, like coffee or tea or wine, or even the foods we may eat, like blueberries. When stain sticks to the teeth, it makes the surface of your tooth very rough. When something is rough, it makes more plaque adhere to that. Think about a snowball effect. Once the plaque hardens into tartar, the more stain adheres to that, and that causes more plaque, and then tartar on top of that. And before you know it, you have stain on your teeth that cannot be removed with your toothbrush. What can you do then to reduce the amount of stain? I tell my patients, if they're going to drink coffee or tea or eat some sort of food that causes stain, try to brush after you're eating that food or beverage. Even rinse if possible. If you're drinking something, try to drink through a straw and be done with it at that setting. Do not sip on it all day long. Always make sure you're brushing your teeth twice a day also. Coming in every 6 months for your cleanings. There are some bleaching agents on the market that can help with your stain.
Contact Lynn Weaver, the Dental Diva, at smartsmilesllc@gmail.com. Some your information. And I also appreciate Shekinah Downs. Not only is she accepting telehealth patients, but she's got her brand new office in Daytona Beach where she will see mental health patients and their families. So I'm excited about that. I appreciate each of you for helping me to get the word out and continue to share what we know. I think what's going to happen tonight is we're going to have to continue this topic. T-Horn, I think we're gonna have to talk about this again to be continued on conversations because there are more comments coming in. For example, Swan had some statistics earlier about kids not living past high school, and he responded to that. He said his statistics are based on the mass shootings he sees on the news once a week. I get that. I unfortunately get that. I know I raised my children in Orlando, Florida. They attended a high school whose mascot were called Patriots. And them kids was dropping from drag racing left and right. They had to move counselors on campus personally because there was another fallen patriot from drag racing. I thought that was horrible enough. Now this mass shooting, Lord, I don't know.
So my day job is a behavior interventionist for a positive reinforcement program. Basically, the kids in my school get in trouble and they're sent to my school, and we're supposed to use positive reinforcement to, get them back on the right path and send them back to school on a new positive mind frame. And I tell you, some of the stuff these kids deal with, from the shootings and the fightings and the hate, I can definitely understand. Like, there's been situations where people have had guns, not any of my kids, but I'm saying the situations they've done with outside of school, where people have guns, and then DeSantis then made it so everybody can have a gun now, so
you got a gun, you got a gun, you got a gun.
Right. So I definitely understand the whole thing about the mass shootings, and then it's so much promoting negativity and telling these kids that, we're all enemies and get it for yourself and be, like I said, selfish mindset. So I definitely understand where he's coming from on that, for real.
And I know I was online searching for a flight to get up to Michigan because somebody had online bullied somebody that I cherished, that I love. I was about to go up to the schoolhouse myself, and I had to remember I'm not the parent. I need to so I get it. I understand. I understand. Families and money. You want to be there for them. You want to be able to be supportive and do what you think is best, but is it really best when you're stepping in? When you're stepping in. I love this scripture. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. I wrote a book called Ma. And the focus of that book was, if we keep bailing our kids out, if we keep bailing family members out without teaching them how to fish, how to make right decisions, and how to be still to know that He is God, then we're setting them up, like they say, setting them up for failure. We have to be able to teach them how to handle it. We have to.
But also sometimes it's also good to experience the bad things of life too. I have a saying I live by. Sometimes life is the best teacher, and sometimes you have to go through situations for you to learn, for you to be motivated to do what you gotta do for yourself. I know personally, I've been through some situations where I asked for help and I just couldn't get it. So I had to go through those hard times, I had to deal with those failures, deal with those mistakes, so I could learn, so I wouldn't deal with those failures and mistakes again. I personally love mistakes. I feel like mistakes make you better, because if you don't want to deal with them again, you're gonna get some get right by stuff. You definitely are.
Yeah, you're right. I've heard that in other ways. You know, you break a bone, it comes back stronger. When it's, you know, the scar that covers the injury is stronger than the skin was beforehand. So I get that. I get that. I also get, as a mother, I don't want my babies to have to. So I have to, you know, I have to go back to Psalm 46:10. I cannot step in the way of God handling that situation. I cannot. We got to get more wisdom. Get more wisdom. Thank you for being my guest tonight.
Thank you for having me. You know, I love my talks with you. I love them. So
I appreciate all of you. I know there were like three more questions that came in. And I'm sorry we didn't get to them tonight, but you know how I do. The Lord allow me to come back next Wednesday. We'll be sure to address them. This one final thought, though, is coming from someone from, I think it's 317 area code. They're basically saying a responsible parent needs to prepare to financially help their children. And they wanted me to reference the scripture, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and the prodigal son. I understand. And that's probably the topic we're going to pick up with next time. Is it still your dad's responsibility, T. Horn, to have, you know, an emergency savings for his grown children? Or is it better for him to have done like, you know, they did at Motown and say, okay, let's pool our resources so when somebody needs something, we can help them, and let's educate them as we go along.
That's the next song. That's the next time, right?
Let's till next time.
You know, I'll go in and start answering stuff.
We'll have to say that one for next time. Okay, shout out to Swan. Every first Sunday of the month in Jacksonville, Florida, the Bearded Villains of Jacksonville joins up with Monster and his MCNOLO Riders to feed the homeless here in Jacksonville. So all those donations to the Cash App goes to providing packaged foods and one hot meal, as well as clothing. Okay, I'm going to grab some clothing. I know that Pastor Mary Hope and our church in St. Augustine, Florida, has a shoe ministry with brand new shoes. So I'm going to see if we can work together with them. And, you know, every time I go to a hotel, I'll be swiping all the shampoos, the soaps, everything. So we'll get those personal hygiene items to you guys and be able to help out there. I really am grateful to be able to support the nonprofits and the other endeavors that are going on. I got to remind you that the Feeling Blessed tour is in Orlando this Saturday with Minister Clarence C.W. Williams. He also has our sister Alopecian Carol Chisholm on the program. So if you are anywhere near West Central Boulevard in Orlando, Florida, go check out the Feeling Blessed tour. Of course, admission is free. T. Horn and I talked about that. He concept. We pollinate the world with the love of Christ. We're all busy little bees for Christ. And I am honored to be the Queen Bee Evangelist, Angie B. Okay, y'all pray for me. It's almost 8:00. I got homework to do tonight. My dissertation is not writing itself. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
One thing. So for anybody watching the show, today is March 20th. Tomorrow is March 21st. It's my birthday tomorrow. So I'm gonna ask. April 2nd. You guys know Conversation with T Horn airs live.
Yes.
All I ask for my birthday is if you guys could just share the information, share the news, and get as many people to watch and support in any possible way on April 2nd. That'd be a great birthday present to me, because all I'm trying to do is put out this positive message. So yeah, man. Go ahead.
Conversations with T Horn, the uncool. And if you want some of his artwork, it is on sale. He designed this himself.
Oh, yes.
It looks a little bit like him. Now
I just want to say happy early birthday to you.
Thank you, boss. Appreciate you, man.
I'm Swan. I'm the one in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just want to say happy early birthday, so don't get missed in the comments.
Yep. He's gonna be my special guest next week. Mama, thank you for watching, Jamila. Thank you. Give Daddy a kiss for me. I know it's 8:00. I got to get off the air so he can go watch his TV program. I know. But don't forget, tomorrow night is Bible Talk Thursdays. This is an avenue to discuss scripture. It begins at 8 p.m. And why? Because Psalm 119:11 says, I have stored up your word in my heart so that I might not sin against you. So just get ready for that. It's a part of our Thursday night of abundance series. Sometimes we have highlights from concerts and conferences, and sometimes we go straight into Bible study. So I appreciate that. Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. And don't worry, I'm not going to sing because, I should have been a rapper. I should.
Well, I appreciate you. I really do.
All right. If it is the Lord's will, we'll be back with another episode of We Getting Over This Hump Together. I pray that there was something that we discussed that can help you and yours. So please like, share, subscribe, and we will see y'all next time. Thank you, T Horn.
No problem.
turning back, we gon' go for it. We bout to go for it. We bout to push it to the floor. We gun it to make it to the exit. We want it, plus the Lord to come back at any second. We reckless with his love, so we weaving through the traffic. They booing while we pursuing. We moving, we gotta cause we holding this. Yeah, the Holy Spirit got us. Why you think all God's people give? Yes, sir. What you talking about? Holding this. We on fire cause we holding this. Yeah, the Holy Spirit got us. Why you think all God's people give? Yes, sir. Whole squad, no mask, no snakes. We bout to get it all gas, no brakes. I'm talking Fuego de Dios, and he's the third in the trio, and he gon' lead us, so we go wherever he go. We go full speed, cause we know without it we're not able to see him. Accelerating every day and we dying to meet him. We flying to meet him, ignoring the meter. We heeded his freedom at last. He paid the toll, so I guess we had a sun pass. Yeah, we bout to go for it. Yeah, ain't no turning back, we gon' go for it. Yeah, put the pedal to the floor for it. I guess we bout to get a ticket, cause there ain't no going slow for it. Yeah, we bout to go for it. Ain't no looking back, we gon' go for it. Yeah, put the pedal to the floor for it. I guess we bout to get a ticket, cause there ain't no going slow for it. What you talking about? Holding this? Yeah, we on fire cause we holding this. Yeah, the Holy Spirit got us. Why you think all God's people give? Yes, sir. What you talking about? Holding this? Yeah, we on fire cause we holding this. Yeah, the Holy Spirit got us. Why you think all God's people give? Yes, sir. What you talking about? Holding this? Yeah, we on fire cause we holding this. Yeah, the Holy Spirit got us. Why you think all God's people give? Yes, sir. What you talking about? Holding this? Yeah, we on fire cause we holding this. Yeah, the Holy Spirit got us. Why you think all God's people give? Yes, sir. We talking about holiness, y'all. We gotta seek and pursue it like our life depends on it. Because it